would improve the economy and job creation. I don't know what this says about the online audience, but the answer is no. I don't think that is a good strategy to grow our economy. So.
About nearly 1 million lives wrecked by a marijuana arrest every year, Mr. President. Politely tell President Obama what you think about legalization by calling the White House at 202-456-1111.
All right, folks, time for us to go behind the headlines, and we're taking a look at some of the bills that are in front of the Oregon Legislature with respect to marijuana. And there's so many of them, I didn't even have time to type them all into our Chiron here, but we'll just go through as many as we can in the time that we have available to us. First of all, the most important one to address today would be Senate Bill 281, because right now the Senate Health and Human Services Committee is debating Senate Bill 281. This bill would add post-traumatic stress disorder, or as I prefer to call it, post-traumatic stress injury. There's no disorder when your brain freaks out over traumatic stress. It's not disorder. It's doing what it should do. Post-traumatic stress injury, whatever you want to call it, would add this to the qualifying condition list for the use of medical marijuana in the state of Oregon. Now, to date, only New Mexico, Connecticut, and Delaware expressly recognize the medical use of marijuana for PTSD. And of course, California's got that for any other illness for which marijuana provides relief. And a lot of people will get their PTSD covered under that loophole. So really, California, New Mexico, Connecticut, and Delaware, only states where patients can use medical marijuana for PTSD. Now, that's not to say that patients in the 18 medical marijuana states aren't using it for PTSD already. It's just a lot of them, especially the veterans, also qualify under pain. And while the pain may not be so dire to them, the PTSD is. So they go ahead and qualify under pain, even though they're really using it for PTSD. So this would just codify into law that PTSD would be a qualifying condition. Another very important bill to those of us here in the state of Oregon is House Bill 3371. This bill would legalize marijuana in the state of Oregon. Anyone over the age of 21 would be allowed to possess 24 ounces and grow 6 mature plants in their homes, just like medical marijuana patients are now allowed to do. They'd also be allowed to purchase marijuana from regulated retail outlets. So HB 3371 sets up an entire regulation system, production, distribution, retail, taxation, all of that. For information on this bill, you can go to normal.org. They've got a great CapWiz system that'll help you connect to your legislators, send them an email, or you can visit my blog at radicalruss.com. I've got links up there as well. There are also some other bills pending, at least a dozen of them here, and I want to give a big hat tip and thanks to Perry Stripling in Eugene with Willamette Valley Normal, who did a lot of the research on this. House Bill 3228 would make the medical use of marijuana in the immediate proximity of a person under 18 years of age subject to the criminal laws of the state. That's right. If you're a legit medical marijuana patient and you use your medicine in front of a kid, you wouldn't get the protection of being a legit medical marijuana patient. They would bust you just as if you didn't have a card at all. Because, God forbid, a kid sees someone using medicine. Now, no word on whether or not they're going to propose any bills about smoking cigarettes in front of kids, drinking alcohol in front of kids, taking your OxyContin in front of kids. Nothing on any of those. Just marijuana. Here's another one. House Bill 3055 sets a limit of 3 on the number of grow site cards that could be assigned to a grower or an address. So if you're a grower for 3 patients, that's it. If you and 2 other people are growers and you each grow for 1 patient at one place, that's it as well. You can't take any more grow cards on. House Bill 2052 would raise the fee paid by a defendant in a marijuana diversion agreement from $90 to $275. So if you get one of those things where they divert your case, it's going to cost you more to get out of it. House Bill 2919 creates a cannabis commission to study medical marijuana and exempts that commission from criminal prosecution. That's a good idea. Senate Bill 40 reduces unlawful manufacture of marijuana from a Class A to a Class B felony and reduces unlawful possession of marijuana from a Class B to a Class C felony. So lower penalties for growing or possessing. House Bill 3259 reduces penalties for the possession, distribution, manufacture of marijuana. And this is basically a sentencing guidelines change for less punishment for marijuana crimes. House Bill 3194, same idea, modifies felony marijuana offenses. House Bill 3195 modifies sentences for certain controlled substances. House Bill 2622 includes podiatrists in the definition of physicians. What does this have to do with medical marijuana? Well, it could be that your podiatrist could recommend medical marijuana for the pain in your feet. House Bill 2377 allows people convicted of marijuana offenses in another state to obtain a concealed handgun license if the same kind of conviction in Oregon wouldn't disqualify them. Right? There's some people, they might have got a grow bust in Kansas, and they come here to Oregon, they can't get their concealed handgun license, even though the same grow bust in Oregon wouldn't have prevented it. This fixes that problem. House Bill 2409 adds preschools to the definition of drug-free school zones for the purposes of criminal charges. You get double the fine or double the penalty. And House Bill 2204 sets up the sentencing for marijuana in different levels. 50 kilograms of marijuana or 500 plants would be a level 10 crime. 20 kilograms, 200 plants, level 9. 5 kilograms, 50 plants, level 8. 1 kilogram, 10 plants, level 6, and less than 1 kilogram, less than 10 plants would be a level 4. You can check out what the Oregon sentencing guidelines are for those level of crimes at my blog at radicalruss.com. I've got a link to the Oregon Sentencing Commission guidelines. And real quickly, just a couple of cigarette-related bills to mention. House Bill 3150 would raise the legal age for tobacco in Oregon to age 21, and House Bill 2077